Hello and welcome to the Queen's Lair. It's your girl, the Mad Queen, and in today's video, I'm going to go over my 10 favorite PvP heroes. I will be doing 5 PvP defense and 5 for offense, and then I'm going to go over a few honorable mentions as well, and they're going to be a mix between defense and offense. I also want to note that none of these are in any specific kind of order. I'm going to go ahead and place all of the heroes in the categories, and then I'll talk about why afterwards. So first off, for PvP defense, we have Mythasia. I love Mythasia, she's great. Next, we have Hakron, Virgil, Brand, and then lastly, Lightwing Zachary. And these are my top 5 for PvP defense specifically. First off, for the offense, we have Urion, Ciara, Winstrix, Avera, and lastly for PvP offense, we have Valeria. And my honorable mentions for today are going to be, firstly, Bulin. Then we have Dark Nick, Lunar Melisa, Blackhorn, and lastly, Charles. For my top 5 PvP defensive heroes, I did pick 4 out of 5 that are very, very common to use, and that's Mythasia, Hakron, Brand, and Lightwing Zachary. Virgil is used some, but not nearly as much as the other 4 that I mentioned. Mythasia is one of the very best defensive PvP heroes in the game, and obviously that is my personal opinion. I don't know that there are a lot of people that would disagree with that, but if you do, let me know in the comments why. Her kit has a ton of healing, it has a cleanse, it has a revive, and it gives a shield on her A1. Next we have Hakron. Hakron is going to be found in a lot of those core tanky teams. He gives max HP, and his passive is going to give us more defense overall to the whole team. Virgil is a great option if you can build him quickly. So if you can build him fast enough to go before the enemy team, then he can get his 3rd ability off, which is going to silence all the enemies as long as it hits. And what that's going to do is it's going to stop them from using any abilities except for their 1st ability, which is going to be great for huge nukers that do a lot of damage to your team. Lastly on the list for defense is going to be Lightwing Zachary. Lightwing Zachary is so good, and he's extremely annoying to face. Not only in Arena, but if you've also climbed in the Void Tower, then you know he's very, very annoying there as well. But what makes him really good is his trait, first of all. So his trait, Unascended, is going to give him a 30% chance to a counterattack whenever he receives damage. Whenever he's Ascended, he has a 50% chance of counterattacking whenever he receives damage. He's also able to give himself attack up, immunity, and he also heals himself with his 3rd ability. So he has a lot of survivability. Moving on to the PvP offensive list, we have, first of all, Urion. Urion is amazing. He does tons of damage. We have Ciara, we have Avera, and we have Valeria here. These 4 are all hard damage dealers, and that's what you're really looking for right on offense. They just all do a ton of damage. And then I have Winstrix in the list because I am not able to run a lot of Ashe, and I can't really run Ashe 14 at 100%, so I'm lacking a lot of gear that's going to make me a little bit faster. So it's nice because my Winstrix is actually extremely fast. She's right around 290 speed. I'm able to sacrifice some speed on some of my other heroes so that I can get more damage, and then I like to use my Winstrix as well because she gives that speed boost, and she gives a little bit of an attack up boost, and she's also able to reset somebody's cooldown of their ultimate ability, which is really nice. That was a very common strategy from the very beginning of the game. Obviously, she can be countered now, especially by other Winstrix that are much faster. If I'm looking for a straight DPS team, these guys are who I'm really looking to use. And then let's move on to the honorable mentions. I have, and of course there's even more that I would like to use, and all of these heroes also really depend on the composition that you're using. But I have Bulin, Dark Nick, Lunar Melisa, Blackhorn, and Charles. So of course Charles he's a tank. You're going to use him in a tanky composition, mainly in a defensive team, but you might also use him in a very specific offensive team, but typically you're going to use him in defense. Charles has a lot of survivability, and he gives himself a shield, and he can do a lot of damage as well. You have Blackhorn, who does an incredible amount of heals. He has a cleanse. You have Lunar Melisa, that's going to give you control. You have Dark Nick, who puts out a bunch of damage as well and can also stop himself from being killed. And then Bulin, with her induction, does so much damage as well. Obviously there are more heroes, and I'm not saying that these are the best heroes, but these are some of my personal favorites. Obviously there are a lot more people that could be mentioned, but I wanted to keep this as short as I could. But let me know in the comments below, who are your favorite heroes to use? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my favorite heroes for PvP on offense and defense. I can't wait to see in the comments what you guys think and what your favorites are. If you've made it this far into the video, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, and if you want to be notified every time I post new content, hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Once again, it's the Mad Queen, and I'll catch you in the next video.